everyone. Today we are going to speak about Agile Testing. It has just been implemented in Tbilisi Bank and it's a big challenge for us. We will try to introduce this method in an interesting way. Agile is a hype word that the IT industry uses to describe an alternative model of project management. It is more frequently used in IT companies as the management process is very beneficial for software companies because it helps them analyze and improve their product throughout its development. Everything comes from something, and Agile project management is no different. This modern project managed grow out of practice, studies, and methods that were long being put together. It all started with 17 very influenced Agile development people, and 2009 the Agile Manifesto was designed. Later amendments were made. The Agile Manifesto has 4 important values. Focus should be more on individuals and interactions instead of processes and tools. Working software is more vital and important than comprehensive documentation. Customer collaboration is more vital than contract negotiation, and the processes should respond to change rather than follow a plan. Also, we have 12 principles of Agile software development. They are customer satisfaction, changing requirements, frequent delivery, measure of progress, sustainable development, close cooperation, motivated individuals, face-to-face conversation, technical excellence, simplicity, self-organized team, and regular adaptation. There are many benefits to Agile software development. The Agile process creates many opportunities throughout each sprint or meeting for genuine engagement between the client, between the team and the stakeholders. Because the client is very actively involved in the entire project, there is a continuous level of collaboration between all parties. This gives the team a chance to fully understand the client's vision. By delivering high-quality working software frequently, the stakeholders quickly develop a trust and authentic relationship with the team. This also further promotes engagement between the client and the team. Sorry. Okay. How Agile team works. Agile is a modern, adapted style of collaboration between which boosts professional qualification of the staff and helps them to reach the best result. Agile team has never been bigger than 9 people. A team holds everyday meetings called stand-up meetings. The goal of these meetings are to discuss the previous day's achievements, update the status for all tasks on the board, voice problems, and to update on status and actions for the next 24 hours. This slide shows how much more effective iterative method is compared to incremental method. We can say this slide shows Agile methodology with waterfall method. Okay. In 2009, Dr. David Africo compared Agile with standard methods of software management. During his researches and synthesis, he analyzed 23 Agile processes, comparing them with 7,500 traditional projects. He found 20 benefits of Agile process. On 41% we are better in terms overall business value, 83% achieved to faster time to market, 50% we are have higher quality, 50% we are less costly, and 83% we are seen as more productive. This slide shows successful cases, the big companies which are working by Agile methodology. IBM, Microsoft, Netflix, Google, Amazon, Lego, and that's all. Now about Agile testing. Maka, please.
Okay. Now let's see what Agile testing looks like. Lela told us more about this subject, but adding just some details. The attitude of Agile methodology to quality and testing itself is different than in waterfall model. In waterfall model, which is a standard model which every company uses now, most of companies uses now, we have separate phase for testing. Which usually comes after code writing, after programming. So when the code is written and the software is ready, then testing comes in waterfall model. But in Agile methodology, it is quite different. The testing is submitted in every iteration. It means that in every phase we are testing, but in Agile there are no phases actually, because there are sprints. Sprints are time periods, say from 1 week to 4 weeks, and every phase that we know takes place in each sprint. This means analysis, development, testing, getting feedbacks, and these steps are repeated in every sprint. Again and again, while the final product is delivered. This gives us an opportunity to constantly improve the product. So in every sprint, after every sprint, we have a small piece of working software. This is the main goal of Agile methodology and main goal of each sprint, to deliver small workable piece, to check it, to improve it constantly, and work on it in the next sprint, during next sprint. Okay, here is the test plan for Agile. There are very important steps that we shall take, but we have already talked about it, so I will not go through it. And okay, so we are telling that Agile is very good and it gives us opportunity to constantly improve our product, but we shall consider, QAs shall consider that it is quite challenging also. And why? Because we have sprints that continues from 1 week to 4 weeks. We have very small period for testing. Okay? We have quite a pressure, testers have quite a pressure to test the software in short period. Also, no time for regression testing, or almost no time. Sometimes we do have, but the time period is very quite smaller than in waterfall method. Also, some other challenges also are coming here, but I would like to share with you my impression. Although we have challenges in this model, I think that this methodology is very good for each position which participates in Agile groups, but for QAs especially, because we can grow up, we can gain experience, we can learn as much as possible, because we can participate in each phase. This means developers also can test. Testers can participate in analyze, in development also if they are interested. Every position and every person is involved in whole process. Okay, the team is going to achieve the best result all together, and this is very important. Okay. Here we can see the difference once again between waterfall model and agile itself. As we see in waterfall model, every phase has its time frame. Okay, so we cannot begin testing while development is finished. Developers cannot start working while analyze phase is completed. So it all takes times, and it is quite. It needs quite a lot of time. In Agile methodology, we have sprints, and everything happens in one sprint. And also, the important fact is that in Agile teams, we are always ready to change something. For example, if someone from business, for example, intends to change and offer something new, we can change our code also, because we have not finished yet. We have just small part, and we are able to change and deliver the product as business wants it. This slide is good example for this. This is waterfall model, and after first development, for example, we have just this piece. We don't know what it is. Is it woman or man, or we don't know nothing. But in first case, we can see that it could be woman. We can change something, add something. In first step, we can see that we can imagine what the product will look like. It's more clear for us than in waterfall methodology, while everything is completed and we can see the final product itself. Okay, this is one more picture showing the results of waterfall model and agile model also. The first picture is the waterfall final product at first iteration, and after getting feedback after go live, this is changes that were made to product. The result is not good, as you see. In agile methodology, as we have more iterations and we can see small deliverable, workable software, we can change everything. We can offer some variations and choose the best one. So it is more effective and it works better.
Okay. Agile and waterfall are very different software development methodologies and are good in their respective ways. Waterfall model is ideal for the projects which have defined requirements and no changes are expected. On the other hand, agile model is good suited for the project where there is a higher chance of frequent requirement changes. The waterfall is easy to manage in sequential and rigid method. Agile is very flexible and it's possible to make changes in any phase. However, in a waterfall model, it is available only once by the business analyst. Agile testing involves testing as early as possible in the software development lifecycle. It demands high customer involvement and the testing code as soon as it is becomes available. Communication between the team members is very important. It makes the whole process more efficient and beneficial. Communication between the team and between the team makes agile process success. Thank you.
I have a question regarding Agile initiative in Tbilisi Bank. Is it regarding software development or about bank operational processes also?
It includes just several divisions for now, back office also, and IT departments and business also. But just small part of business for now. It is intended to include all divisions in next year, during next year.
First of all, thanks for presentation. As you mentioned, before the Agile in Tbilisi Bank, you had multi-level management. What happens now? What changes do we have in Tbilisi Bank? For example, how communication between the projects is handled? Do we have Scrum Masters or something like that? What happens? How do we see the global picture, and who is responsible for this? Thank you.
Okay, we have PO in every team, in each team in Agile system, and PO is the head of group maybe, but everyone is responsible to deliver a good product, and we also still have top management, but they do not decide how Agile team will work. So Agile team is self-organized, and they make decisions how to work better and how to deliver products better in a better way. So we still have to report our statuses to top management, but they are more like stakeholders, not managers, okay? Just interested what are we doing and how we are doing, but not indicating how to do this job.
Thank you very much for the presentation and for the detailed explanation of the Agile methodology. I'm wondering, what's the usual sprint duration at TBS Bank? And related question to it, whether you have time to automate somehow your testing. If you, for example, have a sprint duration 1 week, whether it's possible at all to automate some testing. Thank you.
Okay, so sprint duration varies from 1 week to 4 weeks. It's usual period, maybe some exceptions, but we have sprints from 1 week to 4 weeks. And about test automation, there is separated Agile team that works on this issue. First of all, we have to find some tools and manage them and work properly, and then this team will share this knowledge to other teams throughout the Agile system. For now, it is separated project.
Hello. I have one question. You said that sometimes you have no time for regression testing, and what are you doing for at that situation?
Okay. In this case, if regression testing is necessary to do, we will take separate sprint. This means separate period, and we will do regression testing in this way. If it is, it will take at the finish. Close to finish of the project to make regression testing and make sure that everything works fine.
Thank you for your presentation. Do you have deadlines for your releases when you have to release it, say some government directives or something like that, when you don't have a chance to move your deadline? And how do you deal with this using this methodology?
The possibility of breaking deadlines, for sure there can be possibilities, but the chances are greater when we work with vendors, when we are dependent on some other people. These cases may occur, but we will handle this by adding new sprints, by doing this job again in another sprint. I think this will be solution for this.
Thank you. And another short question. How do you determine success criteria when it is okay to release to the live?
Successful? The final product that we deliver must satisfy all the stakeholders and must fit all the requirements that stakeholders have asked. That's
okay. Thank you very much.
Successful.